I don't know why I was thinking of this, but a lot of people like to hear, things that used to happen, not just growing up, but in early days of radio. And being on the all-night shift, I was looking out at the Capitol Dome tonight, etc., and looking back over years in this business, and I thought of my first overnight shift. And it was a one-night thing, and this is a true story. I was in Miami Beach, Florida. I was but a lad. I was a tyke. I was a tiny tyke. I was 22 years old, and I had just started in radio. And I was on, let me tell you, one unbelievable ego trip. I'd been a disc jockey for 3 weeks with the Larry King Show every morning on WAHR, a 250-watt station that no longer exists, in South Miami Beach, opposite the police station. Used to climb trees, eat coconuts. We had one guy there, Tom Bear, the late Tom Bear, I'll never forget him. He made $55 a week, and his alimony was $60 a week. Tom Bear figured out one day that he had an impossible existence. He used to live off coconuts. I mean, we had a weird group at that station. A lot of funny guys. Anyway, but I loved radio, and I had hung around the station 3 weeks just to get a job, and finally I'm in radio. And one night, the all-night disc jockey gets sick, and they knew that I was a workaholic. So they said to me, Larry, how would you like tonight to work all night? Disc jockey, just play songs. So I said, okay, I'll work all night. Disc jockey, just play songs. And I'm on the air, and I'm alone in the station. There was no engineer. This 250-watt station. We had to do everything. Go out, check the tower lights, write down readings. And at about 10 after 1 in the morning, I'm playing a song, and a phone rings. I answer the phone. WAHR. And this girl says, I'm crazy about you. I've never heard a voice like yours. You're driving me up the wall. Now, remember, I'm 22 years old. No girl ever called me in my life. I'm a kid from Brooklyn. What girl ever called a kid from Brooklyn? And now I'm on the air 3 weeks. I'm a star. And this sexiest voice I've ever heard in my life is saying she is crazy about me. So I said, well, I get off the air at 6. I can come right over. I was a little excited, 22 years old. And she said, my husband comes home at 6. Why don't you come over now? I said, but I'm on the air. How can I come over? This is my duty. It's my responsibility, my livelihood. I want to be a radio star. So she gives me her address, which is about 11 blocks away, and she says, you figure out a way. And she hangs up. Now I'm faced with the first dilemma of my professional life. My duty is to my radio station, my records, my audience. But I'm also on a one-lung station that's reaching about 12 blocks. And no girl has ever called me, and this girl has a real sexy voice. So I have to solve this dilemma, right? And here is what the radio audience heard. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to have a real treat in store for you. You're going to hear the entire Harry Belafonte at Carnegie Hall album, uninterrupted. I played a commercial, went outside, started my car. I put on Harry Belafonte at Carnegie Hall. I got 33 minutes. Girl lives 12 blocks away. Put on Harry, zip in the car. No one's at the station. The record's playing. Get to this girl's house. There it is. I pull right up, walk inside. I never actually saw her face. All the lights were out, but there was a little lamp on, and she was sitting in a negligee on the couch, and she said, I knew you'd come over. Now, I am off my Zord. And I just ran over to the couch, and I threw my arms around her, and she threw her arms around me. I don't think I ever saw her face. And I'm hugging her, and I'm starting to caress her. And the radio's on, naturally, because where she was listening to me. And I hear Harry Belafonte do the following. Down the way where the nights, where the nights, where the nights, where the nights, where the nights. I fling her back on the couch, out to the car, Zappo, 3 red lights. 3 red lights, I'm driving along, and I got the radio on because it's masochism. I got to hear this. Where the nights, where the nights. It must have been 22 minutes of Harry Belafonte saying, where the nights. I pull into the station, all the phone lines are going. I apologize, I correct it, and I start picking up the phone, apologizing to people. And there was like 5 incoming lines. I pick up the 5th line, and there's a little old man. I just said WHR, and little old man is going, where the nights, where the nights, where the nights, where the nights. I said, sir. He says, where the nights. I said, speak to me. He says, you're driving me crazy with where the nights. I said, what's the matter, sir? He says, where the nights. It must have been 600 times. I said, why didn't you just change the station? He said, I'm an invalid, and I'm confined to a wheelchair, and a lady takes care of me during the day. And at night, she leaves about 9 o'clock. She puts me into bed, comes back in the morning, takes me out of the bed, puts me in the wheelchair. I need the radio as a companion all night, and the radio is on top of the bureau. So I am lying there, unable to get out of the bed, hearing Veda Nights, Veda Nights, Veda Nights, Veda Nights. So I said, what would you like to hear tomorrow? I'll play it repetitiously. That is a true story.
Thank you. Columbia, South Carolina. Hello.
Yes, Larry. What do you know about football?
Well, it's sort of oblong, and it's usually made of leather with little straps.